Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news. Big news just dropped in Browns country, and it's definitely shaking things up in the AFC North. You've probably heard by now, but the Cleveland Browns are facing a pretty significant transition, the recent firing of head coach Kevin Stefanski. It's a move that caught many of us off guard, especially considering how much Stefanski had become a familiar face, a leader who brought stability and a sense of hope to Berea. But the question now is, what's next? And how will this shakeup affect the Browns' chances of making another deep playoff run? Let's dive into what we know so far, what it means for the team, and what fans should be watching for in the coming weeks. First off, it's important to understand why this decision was made. Kevin Stefanski, who took over as Browns head coach back in 2020, had a pretty impressive start. He led Cleveland to a playoff appearance in his first season, which is no small feat. The Browns, a team that's historically struggled to find consistency, finally looked like they were heading in the right direction. His leadership and game plans earned him respect from players and fans alike. He was known for his meticulous preparation, his ability to get the best out of players like Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper, and of course, Deshaun Watson when he was healthy. But as we all know, the NFL is a league of relentless pressure and constant evolution. Sometimes, even the most promising coaches hit a bump in the road, and that appears to be what happened here. The official reasons for Stefanski's departure haven't been fully disclosed, but insiders suggest that it was a combination of recent struggles, unmet expectations, and perhaps a desire from the front office to shake things up after a tough stretch of games. The Browns, like many teams, have high expectations, especially with a roster packed with talent. Fans have been eager to see this team make a serious playoff push, and maybe the organization felt a change was necessary to reignite the team's competitive fire, or to bring in a different leadership style that could better unlock the team's full potential. Now let's talk about Joel Bitonio, one of the most respected and veteran offensive linemen on this team. He's been a cornerstone of the Browns' offensive line for years, a player who embodies the grit and resilience that Browns fans admire. Recently, Bitonio didn't hold back when discussing Stefanski's departure. He expressed his disappointment, emphasizing the strong bond that had been built between Stefanski and the players. It's clear that Stefanski's leadership was more than just about X's and O's. He was a coach who connected with his guys, earned their trust, and inspired them to give their best on every play. That kind of relationship isn't easy to replace, especially in a league where trust and chemistry are everything. Bitonio's words resonated with many of us Browns fans because it shows how much Stefanski meant to the team. When a coach leaves, especially under circumstances like this, questions naturally arise about how the team will respond. Will they rally around the new leadership? Will they keep the same intensity and focus that they had under Stefanski? These are the uncertainties that every fan is pondering right now. One thing is for sure, Cleveland's players are professionals, and they'll need to channel their disappointment into motivation for the rest of the season. The Browns are at a crossroads, and how they handle this transition could define their future. This coaching change also raises questions about the direction of the team's strategy. Will the new coach stick with Stefanski's offensive system, or will we see a shift, perhaps a more aggressive approach on offense or a tweak in defensive schemes? The Browns have a roster that's capable of competing with anyone when firing on all cylinders, but consistency has been elusive. The offensive line, led by Bitonio himself, has been a strength, but there's always room for improvement, especially in protecting Deshaun Watson and creating more explosive plays. Speaking of Watson, his performance has been a roller coaster this season. Fans are eager for him to find stability and return to the form that made him one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the league. A coaching change can be a catalyst for that, or it can add to the chaos if not handled carefully. The Browns' front office has to find someone who can quickly earn the respect of the locker room, someone who understands the unique culture of Cleveland and has a vision that aligns with the team's goals. The upcoming weeks will be critical. The Browns will need to adapt quickly, both in terms of coaching philosophy and on-field execution. The AFC North is highly competitive, with teams like the Cincinnati Bengals, Baltimore Ravens, and Pittsburgh Steelers all vying for supremacy. Every game is crucial, and the pressure is mounting to see how Cleveland responds. Fans are eager to see if this shakeup will serve as a wake-up call or if it will cause further instability. Looking at the bigger picture, this isn't just a moment of upheaval, it's also an opportunity. A fresh coaching perspective might unlock new potential in players like Nick Chubb, who has been a consistent force on offense. The Browns have a strong core, including talented young players and veterans who know the importance of resilience. The challenge now is to rally behind the new head coach, whoever that may be, and push forward with the same passion that Browns fans have shown for generations. In the broader context of Cleveland football history, coaching changes are nothing new. The Browns have gone through cycles of rebuilding, coaching changes, and leadership shifts. What's different now is the sense of urgency. Fans want to see a team that can finally take that next step and contend seriously for a Super Bowl. The organization's decision to part ways with Stefanski signals that they're not content with just making the playoffs. They want to win it all. That's the mindset that has driven the best teams in NFL history, and it's what Cleveland fans deserve. Amid all these changes, one thing remains clear. The players, including Bitonio, are committed. They understand the stakes and know that they need to come together, adapt, and play their hearts out. The Browns have a talented roster that can compete with any team in the league, but it's about execution, discipline, and mental toughness. The coaching staff's role now becomes even more vital. They must instill confidence, clarity, and a winning attitude. Fans are naturally anxious, but also hopeful. Hopeful that this upheaval will lead to a better, stronger team, that the players will rally around the new leadership and push toward the postseason with renewed energy. That Cleveland's rich football tradition will continue to thrive, and that will see the Browns back in the spotlight, battling for that elusive Super Bowl victory that fans have dreamed about for decades. As we wait for more news about who will step into the head coaching role next, it's important to remember that change, while tough, is also an opportunity. A chance to grow, to learn, and to prove that the Browns are still a team to be feared. The upcoming games will reveal a lot about this team's resilience and character. Whether it's a new coach bringing a fresh perspective or the existing players stepping up, Browns fans need to stay united. Support your team, believe in your players, and keep the passion alive. This is just the beginning of a new chapter, and I truly believe that brighter days are ahead. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Now looking ahead, the Browns are faced with a lot of questions about how they'll navigate this transition. Will they bring in someone with NFL head coaching experience or look to promote from within? Regardless, the focus will be on building a team that can execute under pressure, improve on both sides of the ball, and develop a winning culture once again. Fans will be watching every move, every decision, and every game with a keen eye. We're all eager to see how this team responds, especially in a division that's as fierce and competitive as the AFC North. The next few games will be telling. It's about resilience, adaptability, and heart. The Browns are no strangers to adversity. They've faced setbacks before and come out stronger. This coaching change might be just what they need to reignite their passion and focus on the ultimate goal, returning to the playoffs and making a real push for the Lombardi Trophy. The team's leadership, including players like Nick Chubb and Amari Cooper, will have to step up even more now, showing their veteran presence and keeping the locker room united. As fans, we have to stay patient and optimistic. Change always brings a mix of uncertainty and opportunity. Cleveland has a proud football history, filled with moments of glory and heartbreak alike. This is a new chapter, and it's up to everyone involved, front office, coaching staff, players, and fans, to write a story worth telling. We've seen other teams turn adversity into a championship, and there's no reason Cleveland can't do the same. It's about believing, supporting, and standing strong through the ups and downs. And let's not forget, the core of this team is talented and resilient. Nick Chubb remains one of the league's most unstoppable running backs, a true workhorse who embodies everything Browns football stands for. Amari Cooper has been a reliable target, and Deshaun Watson, when at his best, can be a game-changer. The pieces are there, but now it's about how they come together under new leadership to reach their full potential. So, Browns fans, let's keep that passion alive. Let's rally behind the team, no matter who takes over as head coach. Let's support our players and trust that this organization is doing what's necessary to bring us back to the top. The AFC North remains one of the toughest divisions in football, but Cleveland has the talent, the history, and the fan base that makes it all possible. We've seen this team overcome obstacles before, and I truly believe this new chapter can be the start of something special. The road ahead might be filled with challenges, but it's also ripe with possibilities. The Browns have a chance to redefine themselves, to show the league and their fans that they're still a force to be reckoned with. As we wait for more updates on who will be the next head coach, let's stay united, stay passionate, and keep believing in the orange and brown. Because at the end of the day, this is Cleveland football, a team that's built on grit, determination, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news.